The Diamond Necklace by Jonathan Luo. You are never safe. The evil souls of the past are always floating around you, no matter how much you try to avoid it. It was Chinese New Year evening. It was one of those merry times of the year. Everyone had gone home to celebrate and eat a hearty meal of rice balls, noodles, and dumplings. And as usual, the old man who lived by the carpenter's shop on Xiaoying Street was digging through garbage looking for something to bite on. Since the Great Depression that led to his bankruptcy 10 years ago, he had been living on its streets. It had happened so fast. 10 years earlier, he had been a millionaire and the owner of a prosperous jewelry company. Now he was a tramp who slept on the hard, unforgiving sidewalks of Beijing. The only job he could find was a street sweeping job, which only earned him minimum wage, 1 kuai an hour. Even with his luxurious past, he was well accustomed to the routine and lifestyle of a homeless man. His hand touched something hard. It felt like a can. Maybe the container had something I can eat, he thought to himself. He pulled it out, and, indeed, he was rewarded with a can of some sort of half-finished pasta. It didn't really matter to the old man what it was, and as long as it was edible, he was happy. As he pondered about all of his former colleagues, what they would be doing. They would have been lucky enough to find another job. They would have been lucky enough to keep their home. He thought about the delicious meal they would be eating today. Just when the old man was starting to get envious, he bit on something so hard that it nearly broke his teeth off. He quickly spat it out and was about to throw it across the street when there was a blinding glimmer. He curiously rubbed off all of the tomato sauce. To his disbelief, he saw a dazzlingly beautiful diamond necklace, reflecting off a blinding gleam of light into his eyes. Being a jewelry expert, he knew all of the characteristics between a real diamond and a plastic one. He knew that a real diamond was harder, reflected more light, and was cut proportional. With his jewelry expertise, he was able to figure out that this diamond was a real diamond. What was even better was that it was a purple diamond, one of the rarest gemstones on Earth. He didn't know the exact price, but he knew that 1 carat costed over $1 million. This diamond was well over 1 carat. How could a diamond necklace end up in a can of pasta? This must be a dream, he thought to himself. He even attempted to wake up from his dream by pinching himself. Nothing happened, though, and the undreamable prospect of becoming a millionaire started to seep in. His hands still trembling, he slipped the necklace into his pocket. Now that he had already eaten his dinner, he was ready to go to sleep. He woke up the next morning to a deafening sound of a saw. It was only about 5 o'clock in the morning, but the carpenter's shop was already open. The sun had not yet risen from the horizon, but there was a hint of blue in the sky. The first thing he did was to check his pocket if the necklace was still there. To his relief, it was. He climbed up and started to walk around to shake the morning grogginess off him. The whole time, his hands were in his pocket to protect the valuable necklace. As soon as the sun had fully risen, he went to grab his broomstick, hopped onto his bicycle, and set out to Tiananmen Square, where he was responsible for keeping sanitary. Every day he had to clean up an area. Today was no different. For now, he thought to himself, I want to conceal the necklace, keeping it a secret. After about an hour, he heard the familiar, cheerful Chinese New Year music. This meant that he was approaching the destination. As he predicted, there were crowds of people flying kites and playing around in the huge lot in front of the Tiananmen. It was time to get working. The quota was 16 hours of cleaning, and it would be measured by how clean one's area was. The strict rules stated that if the cleanliness did not meet the requirements, the cleaner would receive no pay for the day. Every day, the old man had grueling work to do, all the exhausting, back-breaking work, only for 8 kuai, only enough to buy a bingzi, or a Chinese pancake. Today, it would be extra tiring due to the immense amount of people. Also, he had to be very cautious so that the necklace wouldn't fall out of his pocket. By the time the 16-hour quota was met, the old man started to ride back home. He felt like he had enough of this torturous homeless life. Starting from tomorrow, he decided, he was going to showcase the necklace and make the money by charging 2 kuai for a picture with the necklace on. This way, he could make tenfold the money with 1/10 the effort. But first, he was going to have to get some sleep after another fatiguing day of work. As soon as he got to the carpenter shop, he got off his bicycle and went fast asleep. He was more than eager to wake up the next morning and started to collect cardboard for the signs. Then he was going to move back to Tiananmen Square. This time, though, he was not cleaning. He was able to borrow a marker from the carpenter's shop as well as the cardboard, and before he knew it, he was done. He packed everything into his bicycle and started to pedal off. Soon enough, after only 30 minutes, he heard the same Chinese New Year music from yesterday. He picked an area on the edge of the lot and started to unpack all of the materials. He left his bike leaning on the lamppost nearby, and before he was done assembling everything, there was already a crowd. He could hear whispering, and it was obvious that all of the excitement was directed to the necklace. In fact, they were more than eager to take a picture with the necklace for the price. The day went on, and he was making more money than he could have dreamed of a week ago. By the end of the day, he made over 200 kwai, an average income for a normal Chinese. The sun was about to set and created a bright scarlet color in the clouds despite the pollution of Beijing. He was about to set home when a very tall man with bright yellow eyes came up to him. "Is this necklace yours?" he asked in a dark, gruff voice. "Yes," the old man replied. The tall man took the necklace away from the old man and carefully examined it before giving it back. "This necklace is cursed. Dispose this necklace and destroy it as much as you can," the man said in a fairly stoic tone. Then the tall man walked a few meters and then mysteriously disappeared into thin air. The old man stared at the remnants of dust that remained, and his hands started to tremble. The diamond necklace in his hand also started to shake vigorously. The old man, startled, chucked the necklace as far as he could. However, the necklace magically flew back to him. Then it stopped and hovered in front of him. Not believing the tall man's words or what had just happened, the old man grabbed the necklace, shoved it in his pocket, climbed onto his bicycle, and started to pedal off as fast as his legs could allow him. And after only 20 minutes, he arrived back at the carpenter's shop. The old man, breathing heavily, climbed off the bike and started to carefully examine the necklace. Once again, the necklace was acting eccentrically and started to turn into a bright yellow, the same color as the man's eyes he met at Tiananmen. He felt like his mind was being controlled, and as if his organs were being torn apart, he started to feel a sensation that he was disappearing or fading away. Before it was too late, he quickly chucked the necklace towards the other side of the road. Luckily, soon, the terrible sensation started to fade away, and he started to feel himself again. On the other side of the road, a pedestrian picked it up, and startled by the find, ran away with it. The old man was about to run up to the pedestrian and warn him, but he couldn't keep up with the pedestrian's pace. The next few days, he felt terrible grief for himself, but felt lucky all the same, because if he kept the haunted necklace for longer, much worse would happen to him. One day, when he was looking through the garbage cans for food, he saw a newspaper. The headline startled him. It read, "The man mysteriously disappears." The old man knew that he had something to do with this, so he read on. 2 days ago, a man from Beijing, last seen walking on Xiaoyun Street, 7:39 p.m. local time, had mysteriously disappeared. Nearby webcams recorded the startling event. He looked to have been running peacefully, picked up an object, and suddenly he slowly faded away. Suspects believed that the object the pedestrian picked up was the cursed necklace of Nian, a wicked dragon that died thousands of years ago. They presume that the necklace still possesses the wicked soul of Nian and has the power to completely devour a human soul. The old man refused to read on. His head was flooded with feelings. At one end, he felt terribly sorry for the man, and sorry for a selfish act. But he was lucky to not have disappeared and suffered just like the man he had thrown the necklace to did. "I just have to get over it," he thought to himself, so he took a walk as the cool morning breeze blew lightly against his cheek. The end.